Hi, welcome to Nina in the Kitchen. Today I am making a one-pot wonder called pork and sauerkraut. It's so simple and it's a great comfort food, and I'm going to tell you all the wherefores and whys and all of that to make it really exceptional. So come on in, let's see what I have. I bought pork chops with bones in it. And the bones here are very important. What a bone does is it keeps the meat moist and I think tender, but it also adds flavor to whatever is around it. So it's going to be sauerkraut today. It'll give the sauerkraut a little more body and more flavor and no fat. There's a lot of flavor in these bones. I chose these chops because you see I have a lot of marrow right there, and then there's some bone along the top. I thought, just in case I don't have enough bone, you're not going to believe what I paid for this. Look at this. This is just the tips of the ribs. I paid $5.79 a pound for this. Unbelievable. We need to get butchers to start keeping bones back in meat because I love them. I use them all the time. Okay, let's move on. For the vegetables, we have sauerkraut. And this is not my favorite sauerkraut, but I'll tell you what it is. I'm not affiliated with them, but there's something called wild brine. Wild brine is it's a raw sauerkraut, and you can find it at Costco. It's delicious. It's actually, I've had homemade sauerkrauts, and wild brine I think is better. You want to buy unpasteurized sauerkraut. You'll find it in the refrigerator section. If you see sauerkraut that's on a shelf in your supermarket, do not buy that. That stuff is dead. Sauerkraut is actually very healthy for us. It's a prebiotic and also a probiotic, making it, I think it's a symbiotic if it's those two. Okay, I'm going with 2 potatoes. These are russets. I'm gonna chop those up. This is a small Gala apple, because with all the sauerkraut and the tartness from that, it's nice to have a little sweet just to juxtapose the flavors. And I have one, I'm going to call it a small medium onion. And I also have, what is this, 6 ounces of, this is homemade chicken stock or broth, and you can buy that, of course. You want something just to make sure that you're not going to lose the moisture in the pan and have it burn. There's 2 ways to cook this. Now, if I'm doing chops, so today will be rather fast. You want a pan with a tight-fitting lid, but you can also use a pork butt roast. Please get one, as I said, with a bone in it, and you want a tight-fitting lid there. You can throw that into the oven, making this very simple to make. Okay, here we go. All I'm going to do is cut these potatoes. What's traditional is to put some potatoes into the pot, or you can also do mashed. Mashed potatoes in this dish is really good. This onion, I'm just going to slice it. Now, you can chop it if you like, but sauerkraut should have long strands. As far as how much of this stuff to make, what I plan on is 1/2 pound of meat per person, about 4 ounces of sauerkraut per person, and the rest of it really is just what you like. If you don't like a lot of onion, you can go with maybe half of an onion for 2 people. With potatoes, I always do one medium-sized potato per person plus 1. So these were rather large. I did 2 potatoes in that, and that's it. Again, you just want to, and this can be water, by the way, you don't have to use chicken broth. You just want to make sure, especially if you're putting it in the oven, that you're not going to dry the pan out. So I'm going to, speaking of dry, I'm going to dry these chops, and they are going right into the pan. My pan is hot. Let's just move over to the stove. I'm just going to lightly salt these because that sauerkraut can have a lot of salt in it, so you don't need much. A little pepper. And as you can see, this meat is just now starting to glisten and look a little moist on top. And you can really see it there, right? is pooling here. So when those juices come to the surface, that's how you know it's time to flip it, and you'll have a sear on the bottom. However, if you try to tug on this and it wants to stay in the pan, just leave it there. There we go. And there's your beautiful sear. I'm doing this on a medium-high heat. And now I'm just going to get these bones, get a little color on them. Okay, now I'm just taking this dripping wet, putting it in here. Depending on the sauerkraut, sometimes I rinse it, sometimes I don't. But I know I'm going to put a little bit of chicken stock in here. Looks like I'm going to use this whole thing. Heat down to a low medium heat. Make sure everybody's tucked in. Okay, and then you just start putting the rest of this in. I'm going to break these in half, but there goes the apple. I'm going to put the rest of this in, the rest of the stock. So that was 6 ounces on the stock. Another little bit of salt for the potatoes. And then you just let everything cook down. Whether you're doing this in the oven or on the stovetop, you want a tight-fitting lid. Halfway through, I'm going to toss everything around. This is what it looks like finished. What I did is about halfway through, I put the vegetables on the bottom, picked the meat up and brought it to the top because I don't want it to boil. Boiling meat just makes it tough. So this is juicier than it usually is, but that's okay. This is great just to put this on your potatoes, and you don't need butter, you need nothing else. So a couple of things. If you are making a roast out of this by using the pork shoulder, then what you want to do is put this in the oven at 325, which is 160 Celsius, and it's going to take a couple of hours. So you just want the meat to be done, to be kind of falling off the bone. As you can see, this one tears very easily. This is such a great dish. And these juices, I'm not going to do it right now, but you just kind of smash your potatoes and you pour these juices over everything. I just want to get a little bit of everything here. Potato, meat, sauerkraut. That's delicious. The juice from this is very flavorful. It tastes rich, even though there's not much here. It's a very humble dish, and it's delicious. Have at it. It's delicious. I hope you try this dish. Let me know if you do. If you do it differently, let me know that too. I'm curious about that. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.